Hey everyone, Spencer Jones here with another episode of the Jonesin 4 Show. First of all, thank you so much for watching and listening to the show. I really appreciate all of you. Our mission here is to help inspire and empower you to become leaders in your own life, right? So you can inspire and encourage others to be their best and help you and them live your life to the max. And I know that this show helps you do it. That's why I do this. And so thank you so much for being here and listening and watching our show. Again, I really appreciate it. Now, today's episode, we are talking about how to create time in your day. We are all given 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us, everyone on the planet is given 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year or so, depending on leap years and all that good stuff, right? We're all given the same amount of time. So how is it that some people are super ultra productive and can produce so many amazing things, and some of us just really struggle to do one or two things in a day? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's show. So if this interests you, keep on listening, folks, and hit subscribe for us, and share it out with your friends and family. So let me get a sip of coffee, and then we will get going with our show. Oh, coffee's so good. Okay, so let's chat. Creating time in your day. We have seen and heard, or at least I know I have, you probably have as well, how that there are people who are crazy productive, right? I think of some authors, especially some like motivational speakers and authors who have written like 9, 10, 11 books, more, and they were producing one a year. And on top of that, they have a crazy schedule of touring, of speaking, and workshops that they offer, and all that. Well, how they do that comes with time management. They know how to manage their time, because as I said earlier, we're all given the same amount of time in the day. No one's different. No one gets more hours in the day. They just know that the people who are super productive know how to utilize that time to the maximum for them. And now everyone's a little different. Everyone has a little different schedule. Everyone works a different way. Their body, fits better doing it this way. Their mind works this way. Everyone's a little different. But there's some general rules of thumb to help you figure out how to really maximize your day and really utilize time management to your advantage. Well, one thing is we got to get rid of dead time. What is dead time in your day? Dead time is a time where you're just sitting there wasting away, not really doing anything, right? You're just sitting there. You're, maybe you're sitting for the bus and you're waiting for the bus to show, right? And that's that time. A lot of us now, especially in this day and age, we have our cell phones with us. So we're on our cell phones looking up, on wasting time on social media, doing things, right? I'm the same way. I do it too. And you know what? It's okay to have that time in your day as long as you schedule it in your day. Like, no, I'm going to use this time just to I call it veg out, right? You veg out and you just chill and you're on your phone, right? And sometimes those moments in the day are needed, and I schedule those in my day. I schedule my veg out time so I know that I have time just to relax, to chill, to not really think. But there's other times in my day when it could potentially be dead time. Let's say when I'm driving to work, right? I'm driving to my work. When I was a school teacher, right? I drove, one job was a half hour away, another job was 15 minutes away. So in that time, I used to listen to the radio in the car. Well, that's a bunch of dead time. Instead, when I started to learn about personal development and how to maximize my time, I changed it up from listening to the radio, then to listening to personal development books, audiobooks, right? And so I started to listen to those. So I'm utilizing that time to grow personally. That, and I started listening to podcasts. So it was business development, right? And I learned how to grow my business more and do that. I'm using that idle time to improve myself. So what I suggest is finding the times in your day when you have this dead time, this wasted time as it were, right? And find those times that you can utilize them to grow personally, right? To help yourself out. Maybe it's doing meditation. Maybe it's reading a personal development book like Chase Your Passions, right? Which I just released. So check it out. It's on Amazon. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But something to check out. It's a short, quick read. But in any case, like you could use that time. Podcast, listening to this show, right? Or business development or whatever. That's okay. Now, remember, I said I do schedule that dead time, that free time for myself as well. That's okay. make sure you take time to do that too. Find the times in your day when you have a couple minutes or you just want to veg out. That's totally cool. So if you want to get more accomplished in your day, right, you need to maximize the time in your day. One of that is by realizing that dead time, and we just talked about that, how to do that. And with that, I alluded to it, is creating a schedule. If you create a schedule for your day, oh my, is it going to help you out. Now, it might seem crazy, it might seem like more tightening, more restricting, that, oh my gosh, I'm on a schedule now, and now I have to be here at this time and here at this time, and it can get overwhelming. And it might feel that way at first, but give it a try. Seriously, give creating a schedule a try, because you're going to see the benefits of it really, really quickly. So here's how it works, right? You create a schedule, and I like to do mine in like short increments, like 15-minute increments. At least that's how I started out, and then I was able to divide my time a little bigger once I know some projects are 10 minutes long, some things take 15, some are half hour, some are, a long work day, right? So I know at work, I got this time slot that I'm at work, right? I need to focus on that. But I create a schedule, and I schedule up everything I do in the day. So what I mean by that is, like, when I wake up, I know what time I wake up. I know how long it takes me to brush my teeth and do that. So let's say I wake up at 5:30 a.m., right? I wake up at 5:30 a.m. Great, I brush my teeth, I let the dogs out, and I am downstairs working out by 5:50. Great, my workouts are generally 45 minutes or so, 30, 45 minutes, so I give myself 45 minutes from 5:50, so that takes me to 6:35, right? And so I go through that time, right, of how long it takes me, okay, to shower, to make breakfast, eat breakfast, and in those times, I give myself that dead time, that time to veg out as well, and also that time to be like, nope, I'm traveling to my job, right? Like when I did before when I was a teacher. Oh, I'm in my commute. Now I'm going to listen to my audiobook, right? This is my time to grow personally. Not going to answer the phone. I'm not going to chat on the phone unless it's an emergency. I'm not going to listen to the radio. I'm going to do that, right? So I created a schedule. Now, with creating a schedule, the cool part about this is you could see the parts in your day that you can combine. You can make it into a set routine to really combine the things that you do to really maximize your time. So one of those things that I do is I call them Jaggers. Again, they're in my book, but whatever, Jaggers, right? It's journaling, your affirmations, your gratefulness, exercise. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. Hours, reflections, right? So I fit 4 of those things in the morning, and I do those things right after I brush my teeth and my workout time. So right in that time is when I fill out my Jaggers, my morning thing, right? I journal, I do my affirmations, I say what I'm grateful for, and I exercise. Awesome. And all that combines there, so it's really not added extra time. It does in my day technically, but I combine it with the other things I'm doing, which really, really helps. Sorry, I think I have a dog or cat scratching the door, so if you hear a little noise, don't worry about it. It's all good. They're just having some fun. And then the end of the day is reflections. I reflect back on the day, right? That's an R in Jaggers. And so that I combine with brushing my teeth. So I brush my teeth, I think through my day, I reflect on it as I'm brushing my teeth, and then I take the couple seconds to write it down in my priorities of practice journal that I created, right? So I have that there. So that really helps me. I found the times where I can combine these certain things to really maximize and utilize my time to the best, because now I have a couple more minutes to focus on something else, to do something else. Now, with saying focus on something else, this leads me to my next one, which is stay focused on whatever you're working on when you're working on it. Stay focused on that task. So many of us, and it's really easy nowadays, right? We go, oh, squirrel, oh, this, right? And we get over here and over there, and we get sidetracked. And then we have multiple things happening at one time. It doesn't help us out. And to be honest, I like to say I can multitask, but let's be honest, folks, no one can truly multitask. We might be able to switch tasks fast, but even in science, they've proved that that doesn't happen as fast as we might like it to happen, right? Some people are better than others, totally, but we can't truly multitask. It's one task and then we switch over to another task. So if you want to maximize your time, and this is proven by the people who are uber successful, right, is the fact that they are able to focus on one task at a time. So they concentrate on tasks. And this is where I love it in my schedule. So when I have my schedule and I say, oh, I'm going to practice piano now, guess what I'm doing? I'm practicing piano. I'm not worrying about what I'm making for dinner. I'm not worried about a phone call unless it's an emergency. I'm not thinking about the next show I want to record. No, I'm focusing on playing the piano and working and improving that. My focus is here on this one task, and I work at that, and I work at that, and I have a time limit. So I give myself this time limit, this time frame to work on this project or thought or book or recording the show, whatever it is, right? I give myself that time. Boom, here's your time slot to do this, and this is what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on anything else. Because when you're focused on it, you're going to get into that rhythm more. You're going to be able to get more accomplished with it because you're in the zone. You're able to focus, you're able to cruise, and you're able to crush that task, right? You're able to get farther because you're solely devoted to it. You're not being distracted by other things. Then, when that time's up, boom, time's up, you're free of it, right? You're good. You got a lot accomplished, you move farther ahead or whatever it is, then you could change your focus and look at something else, right? So that's how you can really maximize your time, is by just focusing on one thing and get as much of it done as you can in whatever time frame, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's a half hour, an hour, doesn't matter, right? Focus on it and then move on. Now, a really quick example of this I did back when I was in college. I didn't even overly think about it at that time, but now reflecting, I totally see what I did. And that is when I was in college and I was practicing for my senior recital especially. I was putting in 8 to 9 hours of, I lied, 10 to 12 hours a day. It was 6 to 8 hours before that. 10 to 12 hours a day in my last year at college preparing for my senior recital. Well, that's a lot of practice time. And for me, I found out my butt could only sit down for about 45 minutes before I needed to get up and move. My butt was sore, my back was starting to hurt at that point. I need to get up and move. So I focused for 45 minutes. Boom, I focused and I was working on my music and just crushing that and getting better every time. And then I took about 10 minutes. I got up, I walked around, I chatted with friends. It was my free time. It was my time just to veg out, right? Check social media, do whatever. And then I did that, and then guess what? Time to go practice again. Now I have a half hour time slot or 45, whatever that time frame is, and then I was back to focusing. You could do the exact same thing with whatever task you have. And it doesn't have to be the same task. You go, oh, I'm going to focus on writing. I'm writing this book. I'm writing for 45 minutes. Cool. I'm going to take a 10-minute break, and I'm just going to go, walk around the block. Cool. Do that. Go chat, check social media. Great. Come back. And now I'm going to work on recording my show. Awesome, right? The idea is you're focusing on that single task, and you schedule a break time, and then you focus on another single task. But that comes with a schedule. See what I'm drilling in? Schedule. It is huge, and it's going to help you out. I promise you. Now, one last little thing before we wrap up. We're almost done. It's a short show today. But one thing that we can do is a lot of us take on tasks that we really don't have to do. Not so much that they don't have to be done, because some of these tasks, some of them don't have to be done, but other times other people can do them better than we can do. But we have an ego and we think, oh, we could do that, or no, I need to do that. When in reality, it would be better if someone else did it. Why? Because, one, maybe they can do it better than you. And two, you don't need to devote your time to that. You should devote your time to something else. Now, this isn't everything. This isn't all tasks, obviously, because you do some things amazingly well, and you should delegate the things that you don't enjoy, the things you don't do as well, to other people, if possible. So if you're able to delegate these certain tasks, these mundane tasks that you are great at, or it's just a waste of your time in the sense of that you have bigger and stronger priorities, see if you could delegate those out to other people, because maybe they enjoy it and they can do it better, right? So then they can do it, and now you have more time in your day. So you delegate. But again, this comes with scheduling, letting them know, because if you have deadlines to get it done or whatever, right, you need to have it all in. So with all this whole little thing, right, if you want to be productive, if you want to create more time in your day, quote unquote, more time, because we're all given the same 24 hours, you need to create a schedule. Couple things I advise with this is, as an adult, you should be getting at least 7.5 hours of sleep. That's right, 7.5 or more. Doctors say that you should be getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep as an adult, which is awesome. If you can do that, Go you, right? That's amazing. I'm somewhere between like 7.5 to 8 hours a night is generally where I'm at personally. But I hear that many adults are like 6 hours or less, and that's hurting you physically and mentally. See what you can do to get 7.5 hours of sleep. Along with that, take time in your day for that veg time, right? You need it. You need in your day to look up, and not just veg, but look up, look at your surroundings. Look at the beauty that's around you. Enjoy the surroundings. Take even just 30 seconds to look up, breathe, slow down, and enjoy the things around you. It's amazing what that can do. It's going to calm your nerves. It's going to lower your stress levels. We've talked about all this before in previous episodes. But take that time to relax. Enjoy the things around you, right? And schedule that in your day if you need. And sometimes, even if I'm super focused, I'm just getting overwhelmed, I'll look up, breathe a couple times, and look for one or two things, and then I go back to focusing. Okay, so the big thing to create more time in your day, if you want to increase your time, create more time, be more productive, is really create a schedule. And in that schedule, focus on things at a time, right? Focus on one key task, then take a break if needed, and then switch tasks, and then work on that single task, right? So you're omni-focused on those tasks. I hope that helps you. I hope this helps you create more time in your day. I know it has for me, and has helped me out tremendously in all the things I have done, right? So I'm creating this show, to writing the Chase Your Passions book, and the Priorities of Practice journal, and everything else I have done is all because of scheduling and taking that time to create it, follow it, and really focus on those tasks. If you like this, if you like these tips, if you like the show, please do me a favor and subscribe to our show. And then let other people know about it. Share it out on social media. Tag me in it so I can, applaud you and give you a virtual high five, because I would love to do that. And let other people know about these, because without you helping me share, right, we won't be helping as many people. So if you help, we can help so many more people. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching today and listening. I truly appreciate all of you. Remember, you are amazing. You are incredible. Go out, go crush your goals, go crush your day. And until next time, I will catch you all later.